Welcome back to the channel, and we are getting to the end of the major project, but there are still little bits that I need to do. Last time, if you remember, I was putting some resin on some of the poor wood, and today it's a case of just making sure that's sanded down, and then I can take the frames, the rails, and glue the shelf supports on. Now, I'm not going to have enough clamps to do all of them today, so it's a relatively short session in the workshop, which is just as well because we have a family event this weekend, so I need to concentrate on that as well. So that's the job for this afternoon. Let's crack on. I marked on the rails where I needed to put the supports, and I'm just going to see how this goes. I'm thinking just glue and leave it at that. I'll see how that goes. I might need to pin them, but as I say, we'll see. Right, so see how this goes. Now with the long rails, I won't be able to get away with just one at either end. I'm going to need one in the middle as well. So I've got those two quick release clamps. I've got two really old F clamps. I've got a couple of G clamps as well. So I think that's as far as I'm going to be able to do with gluing up. Anyway. And then now I haven't a clue how old these two G cramps are. They belong to my dad and he's been dead since 1988, so we'll see. They're certainly not very manoeuvrable, and I can't remember the last time I used them, because F clamps are much more manoeuvrable. But anyway, get that wiped up. Right. So, what have I got left? It's and then G and H. for these, I'm going to have the alleys. Never mind. We'll see. On the floor, I reckon. So while the glue is going off on those shelf supports, it's a case of now just sanding down the resin. It's done what I wanted to do because it sealed some of the major defects. But just here there's a definite lip, so I just want to take all that down, and I finished that on 120 grit, so that's what all I'm going to do is that on the 120 there, and I'll see how that goes. Well, that's coming down nicely. I don't think I'll need to do much more. Just there's a bit of unevenness, but there's not much of a lip now there, so I think that'll just about do. I'll just finish that bit off, then I'll tackle the rest. So that's gone nicely. The pieces now feel very flat, or a lot flatter than they were. That was the smallest one I did just filling in that little split there, and then the rails as well. So that's as far as I'm going to be able to get on the project this afternoon, because of all of the gluing that's still going off. So let me pack up and then we can round up. So thanks for coming along with me on this short journey today. As I say, it's a family event this weekend, so I'm limited to what I can do in the workshop, but at least I've got far more than I thought I would be able to do. All of the gluing up, so come next time I should be able to start actually gluing up the rest, one of the carcasses. So thanks for coming along with me, and I'll see you next time.